Hello and welcome to the Stronghold Digital Mining Daily Update. Today is Monday, December 4th, 2023. The price of Bitcoin is approaching $42,000 a coin. Stronghold Digital Mining was up over 15% today on volume that was absolutely off the charts. 1.3 million shares traded. More than 1.3 million shares traded. I think this rally, far from being a sucker's rally, I think this rally has some legs to it. Not only are we seeing a pretty dramatic shift as it relates to the price of Bitcoin, right? Now we're starting to see prices that I don't think we've seen since maybe spring of 2022. The tide is turning, from my perspective. I think we are at the very beginning of a major bull run in the price of Bitcoin. It's not going to be straight up, right? We all know that. It's going to have to take a break here and there, but I do sense that at this juncture, it's game on. I know we've had some rallies in shares, right, of Stronghold Digital Mining this past year where we've seen, right, the stock 52-week high is like $12+ a share. And so the natural question is, well, what happened to that rally? Why couldn't we sustain that rally and kind of go even higher? Well, I'm not sure, because right now, a lot of Wall Street professionals have price targets on shares of Stronghold Digital Mining. You know, these price targets are dramatically higher than where the company trades right now. For example, and I keep citing this because this price target just got adjusted in November, not that long ago. Chase White, who's a senior researcher over at Compass Point, Research and Trading, has a price target for shares of Stronghold Digital Mining of $17 a share. $17 a share. You know, a lot of us that have been following Stronghold for quite some time have long wondered, why is it that there seems to be such a significant dislocation in value, right? You look at what we trade for in terms of our market capitalization, and you say to yourself, well, wait a minute, this doesn't even make sense. It's almost like we're being priced as though the company is in liquidation, right? It doesn't make sense. And this is something that has been alluded to in Stronghold Digital Mining, investor presentations. For example, most recently in the Q3 2023 investor presentation, which largely talked about our new carbon capture initiative. Towards the very end, during the Q&A portion of the call, if I'm not mistaken, Money Matt, which is the friendly nickname I've given to Matt, our CFO, to be distinguished from, I guess, attorney Matt, who is, right, one of the key attorneys, right, in management, who helps guide the company along a righteous path. So just to differentiate between the two, Money Matt made the comment, and I'm paraphrasing here, that we're sort of like the orphan of sorts of the publicly traded Bitcoin mining community, because our shares, we just trade at a fraction of the valuation on practically every metric that every other publicly traded company within the Bitcoin mining ecosystem trades at. And this has been a perennial sort of like challenge, I think, in some ways. It's like, wait a minute, how do we actually get the market to, at this juncture, hey, forget about some sort of enhanced valuation given all of our very positive attributes. How do we get to a point where shares of this company can trade for maybe, say, $10, $15, $20 a share, which really, these are not aspirational numbers from my perspective. This just kind of brings us into what arguably is a modality where we're kind of trading at something that represents fair real-world value. Now, I understand, right? Hey, whatever price the stock market chooses to place on a company, that must be its actual value, right? Nobody in the world would ever choose to pay more than what, the market is assigning insofar as a valuation to a company. Well, it's interesting. So this morning, I'm looking at the Wall Street Journal, and I see that Alaska Airlines chose to purchase, I guess, Hawaiian Airlines for something like 3 to 4 times more than what Hawaiian Airlines was trading at. And I don't really know all the details. I don't follow airline companies, and I certainly don't follow Alaskan Airlines or Hawaiian Airlines or whatever their official names might happen to be. But it is thought-provoking that last week there was a company, right, this Hawaiian Airlines, trading at a valuation, right, that was substantially, dramatically below what a real-world market participant would pay for the entire company. And I think that's relevant to Stronghold Digital Mining. The reason I say that is because we trade at such a ridiculously low valuation, even now with our stock trading at just about $6 a share. Our market capitalization is laughable. It is utterly laughable, in my opinion, from my perspective. And I think we're starting to see market sentiment shift as it relates to Bitcoin, because we're seeing the price of Bitcoin go up. And by extension, I think we're starting to see sentiment shift as it relates to publicly traded Bitcoin mining companies. What I believe we're going to begin to see even more so going forward is market participants looking at the publicly traded Bitcoin mining landscape, looking at the ecosystem, right? The companies that have shares that you can buy in the stock market. And I think a lot of investors are going to start to say, hey, I wonder amongst this basket of companies, which ones are kind of, like they've fallen in between the cracks. They don't get as much as attention, at least not as of yet. And they don't seem to carry the type of multiple or valuation that some of the bigger names in the space carry. And I think as that begins to take place, Stronghold Digital Mining is arguably going to be a contender as being probably like the number one most undervalued company relative to its peers within the publicly traded Bitcoin mining ecosystem. Bear in mind, when somebody who is vocationally focused on analyzing companies, right? And I'm thinking specifically here of Chase White, right? A coverage analyst who follows Stronghold Digital Mining, routinely asks incredibly insightful and very intelligent questions during the Q&A portions of our investor presentations. When somebody like that, who has just a remarkable set of credentials and who clearly has done his homework, when in his professional estimation, shares of Stronghold Digital Mining merit a price target of $17 a share, I'm convinced that's not somebody picking up a dart and just kind of tossing it wildly and seeing where it falls. This is somebody who's done the math, who's done the homework, who's done the research. $17, quite candidly, from my perspective, I think that just kind of basically gets us into the ballpark of some rudimentary fairness in terms of our valuation. I don't see $17 a share as being an aspirational valuation. I don't see that as being some premium infused valuation. I don't see that as a valuation that's contingent upon a bazillion different things having to happen. I think just kind of getting the $17 a share just puts us back on the map as a company that's at least trading somewhere in the realm of something that is arguably reasonable. Remember, somebody looking at Hawaiian Airlines last week thinking, well, this is where the company's trading at. This must be what the company's worth. Who in their right mind would pay more than this for the company? And lo and behold, here we have a very, very serious, non-frivolous offer to purchase the entire company by a competing airline for about, 3 to 4 times what Hawaiian Airlines was trading at last week. And again, forgive me if I'm getting the names wrong. I don't follow these airlines. I just saw this in the Wall Street Journal, and it jumped out at me because I'm like, we could see a situation where Stronghold Digital Mining gets bought out for $25, $30 a share, and people are going to be like, wait, this doesn't make any sense. It was trading for $6 a share or so, right, in early December. What is it that these other companies saw that I didn't see? Well, look, I'm telling you what they're seeing. Okay, what they're seeing is a company whose market valuation, whose stock market valuation is completely divorced from the reality of what the company's actually worth. Okay, and again, don't take my word for it, but instead think to yourself, if in the professional estimation of somebody like Chase White, a coverage analyst over at Compass Point, says, hey, the price target that I believe shares of Stronghold Digital Mining merit are $17 a share. I mean, I think that is I don't know what else one would need. I mean, that's a very, very compelling argument to at least consider the very real possibility that shares of this company are legitimately, dramatically undervalued, even at about $6 a share. So I will leave you with that. I don't know if I will have a broadcast tomorrow at the time that I usually do, or if it might be later in the day or not. I've got something going on. I'm not going to talk about it at this juncture just yet, but it's very exciting. I'm looking forward to it, and it has to do with Stronghold Digital Mining. Okay, let's stay positive, let's be great, and hopefully we'll see each other again tomorrow.